The markets were down, my portfolio is up. The nice thing is that you can do it too. I'll tell you how. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education, and a pony walked into a bar and said to the bartender, "I'll have a glass of water." The bartender said, "Why is your voice so rough?" He said, "I'm a little hoarse." I will tell you all about the options plays that I used in order to amplify my portfolio, and you guys can do the same. I'll also tell you about the free stocks that you can get from Moo to also amplify your portfolio, and then there's the Patreon that you can join to see the buys and sells as I post them throughout the trading day, and then also my options course. If you don't know what options are and you want to get started on that, or if you want to know more about advanced option strategies, that's also available over at the Patreon. I'll tell you more about that later. In the meantime, I want to get over to the options plays. Now, I told you about these three companies before. I told you exactly what I was going to do with them. I told you the strike prices I got. I told you the expiration dates that I picked out, and I would like to tell you about the percent return on them. And I do have one of them that's still open, and I will tell you about that too. So let me pop up Moo and we'll start talking about those. And the first company that we're going to look at is CrowdStrike. Now for this one, ticker symbol CRWD, and like I said, I believe that this one does have some further room to the downside, so this option that I played is one that still might have some traction to it. You might want to adjust the strike price or the expiration date if it's something that you do your own research on and you decide that you want to take a position in. None of this constitutes financial advice as you look at it. So this one, I bought this one, I checked the date on this one on September the 13th, so I bought this 2 days ago, and 2 days later, so fast forward today, I'm up 26% as of the time that I closed that put option, that I sold it to close. That was very nice. And one of the Patreon members that I have closed their position at 65% as they did their work, made their decisions, and capitalized on it and took even greater advantage of that opportunity. So that was pretty cool to hear that happen. Now for this one, I do think it's possible that we do drop down still to about 162. And if we get a heck of a red week next week, which is possible following the triple witching day that we had today, it is possible that we start to see down to the mid 150s. I'd be very surprised to see this break down past its 50-day, but I do believe that put options could still very much be alive for CrowdStrike. So this one should be kept on your radar. And remember that the decision to buy, sell, whatever it is, that is always up to you. All right, so the next one that I have for you is Intel. So Intel I talked about. This one I actually bought on the 12th when we had this shooting star candle that's fallen from the skies right here. And we actually tagged resistance right at $40 per share. It was also the top of this channel. We had a point of confluence happening right here. And I thought that we'd sell off. And I had to wait 3 days in this case in order to get the drop that I was looking for. I actually could have cashed in either of these days as I was ahead, but I thought that today would be that bigger, more volatile day. And this day, it actually worked for me that we got that bigger drop. I do still think that we have room down to about $36 or $37 per share. So we'll be wanting to watch this. And again, if we get a further sell-off next week, we have even further room to the downside. So we're going to have to watch and see how those play out. And like I said, I will put out my market video for you later this weekend. So be on the lookout for that one as well. So Intel, 48%. It took me 3 days to make 48% on my purchase that I had, my put option that I had for Intel. It was a 9/22 expiration date, and it was a $40 strike is what I had on this one. And I was very pleased with that trade and the way that it worked out. And then the last one that I have for you from the last three that I had talked about is Google. And this one, I'm actually still waiting for that movement to happen. I think I was a little bit early on this one. We have yet to see that price weakness coming out of this rising wedge that we have happening here. I do still think that we could fall out of this. The top of this, right now, our momentum is still looking okay. However, it is losing a little bit of traction, and I think it's only a matter of time before we break to the downside. So I am still holding on to that put option for Google, and that one's a 140 strike. This one, though, I said in my last video on it that I gave it a longer time for expiration, a little bit more time to play out. And like I said, I was also a little bit early on my entry in this one. Can't always perfectly time the market. So this one is still open. It is currently down. I have it written down. Currently down about 25%. However, that is an unrealized loss as I still hold on to the option, and one that I think is going to pay handsomely back to me in the near future, coming up between now and October the 20th. So Google, be on the lookout for this one. Keep watching that RSI and watch for that momentum drop, because that could be the time where we start to really cash in on that put option play. And I expect really good things coming out for that, possibly this next week. But between now and the October the 20th, and if that story does change, then I'll have to sell out of it and I'll have to take my loss. Although I think that one's going to do pretty well for me. Like I said, I still have a hold of that one. October 20th is the expiration date, and that strike, I believe, is 140. So we'll keep watching Google. Keep that on the radar. I do just want to put out there that today picked up a TQQQ put as I saw the weakness coming for TQQQ, and that one within the same day returned to me 27% profit. So that one was very awesome, very excellent, and I'm very happy that I was able to capitalize on that. And if it wasn't for doing my homework, I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of that. So in terms of taking advantage of things, make sure that you amp your portfolio. Do it by getting these free stocks from Moomoo. It's where I trade my options, and I'll tell you what, the advanced options that they put on, the options trading analysis that tells you where your break-even points are, your percent chance of profit, your percent chance of loss, all that kind of stuff. Wonderful trading platform. And on top of that, you also get free stocks by making your deposit of $100 or more. So $100 gets you 5 free stocks. $1,000 and $5,000 deposits get you 15 free stocks. Free share of Tesla or Google on top if you do that $5,000 deposit level. And where do I post my buys and sells? It's over at the Patreon. So if you want to see what I'm buying and selling stock-wise, option-wise, come on over, check it out. Talk to me throughout the trading day. I'd absolutely love to have you part of the community. We have just kind, awesome, passionate people. And if you're one of those people interested, come on over and join us. And if you want to learn about those options, like I said earlier, you can get that through my options course that I'm building out right now, where it goes from the very beginner and it's going to go all the way up through advanced trading strategies. So come on over, check that out. Nice bite-sized pieces for you, step by step, really help you out learning how to amplify your portfolio. So I don't want to make it sound like it's all sunshine and rainbows and that they're winners every time. I took 2 volatility plays, that SVXY, VXX, both of those, I made the wrong call on those and let them ride a little bit too long, and they took a little bit away from my gains that I had throughout the other options trade that I made. Over the last 6 trading days, I am up over 16% on those trades, and I will say that that is some serious alpha. That is portfolio amplified. Go ahead and look and see how long it takes the S&P to make a 16% run. I guarantee you that it is well over the average 10% annual return on the S&P. So very pleased with that. It's been a very good week. Thank you guys for watching this video. Amplify your portfolio by not only signing up for the Patreon down in the description, but also signing up for the Moomoo app, getting your free stocks, which is super, super easy way to add to your gains just right off the bat, just by signing up and making your deposit. Thank you guys for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.